beg, fuck me at the Emirates. Fuck me at the Emirates, because I'll go. You let me know what game you want to go to. Yo, people, what we saying? What we spraying? Back again with another stream, another Blood Brothers. Me and Wolfie gonna talk a bit of Arsenal, a bit of Nottingham Forest, and unfortunately this week, we're not as happy as previous weeks. But hey ho, this is the swings and roundabouts of the Premier League season. We was always gonna get here at some point. It's just unfortunate that we had to get here at game week 3, you know. But hey ho, is what it is. We'll talk about it, get into it, and all of that good stuff. Just make sure you guys are doing your good human things, you know.
Due diligence.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, for example, if I go to Wolfie's house, I'm gonna take off my shoes as I enter the house, because that's just the respectful thing to do. Do you know what I mean? And how that translates over to YouTube is hit the like button on the way in, and then on the way out, if you haven't hit it, you hit the like button and you subscribe, not only to me but to Forest Fan TV as well. Wolfie and his people, them are so close to 30k. So, well, at least I checked, it was 29.9. So you may have already hit it. I don't know.
Need like 30, man.
30.
It's crazy, man. It's been like flying all summer, and then you get to that finish line, and
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. Well, hey, you don't know. I'm still trying to get to my first massive milestone, which is 10k. So if you guys can be liking and can be subscribing, it's only going to help. Forest Fan TV is in the title. You don't have to look too far. Don't be frauds. I did also post it in the chat. And hey, those of you that know, man, I'm sponsored now. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Please gamble responsibly. I'm never gonna tell you how to use your money, how to spend your money, any of that. But please make sure you're gambling responsibly. You know, only use the money that you can afford to use. And wait, whoops, wrong way. Over there, you'll see a QR code. It will take you through. Download the app. You get me? Or use my link that is pinned in the chat. So what is Match Bingo? Match Bingo is basically a live interactive bingo game. If you're from the UK, I think bingo is pretty much part of UK heritage. You can only get involved if you are from the UK. So on this occasion, I'm sorry, my international fans. Hopefully one day I'll find something for you guys to get involved in. But all of my UK subscribers, you can get involved in real-time events such as free kicks, goals, corners, etc. And if you know how bingo works, you got to get a whole line aligned, and then you win money. If you get 2 lines aligned, you win more money. If you get 3 lines, a full house, you've hit the jackpot, and you are making yourself a pretty penny.
Let's go.
What a cool looking app. Why wouldn't you want to download it? At the very least, it looks nice on your phone. So hit the link here and start doing that stuff. Because remember, we got a show Match Bingo that you can hit the full house with hooks. You know what I'm saying? So look, big up everyone locked inside at the moment. And basically, I just want to say, when I say stunned at Anfield, I'm talking about how stunning the free kick was. It was a very stunning free kick. So Nick's Football Club, relax, calm down.
Is that Aussie Nick?
Yeah. That's
the saying, bro.
Yeah, the guy that's on his I wanna be the very best that no one ever was. Yeah, out there in the Pokemon land, the Johto League, all of that, because Australia is mad. But big up Dan, Blood Bros, unite, you know this thing. Morning, Rich Van Gas. You get me? Big up Greg Winfield. Morning, people. Wolfie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure wherever you go this week, Wolfie, it's going to be a bit of a troublesome. Yeah, it's going to be troublesome. But don't worry, over these sides it won't be. This will be probably the calmest.
Yo, bro, I just realized we're heads up.
We're heads up.
Next match.
Oh yeah. So next week we can do the little preview. Yeah, we are face. So
you know what? It just dawned on me now.
Yeah. So in 2 weeks, so in two weeks from now,
2 Saturdays.
we'll be
It's an early kick. I hate the 12:30s, man.
Oh, we're 12:30.
12:30. I'm pretty sure it is. Someone in the chat will know.
That might actually favor you because the early kickoffs usually favor the smaller team. All due respect. You know what I mean? But do you know what? I actually like
you're starting now, man.
I actually like 12:30 kickoffs because if I win the game, actually, sorry, I only like 12:30 kickoffs if I win the game.
If you win, otherwise it ruins the weekends, man.
Yeah, if you lose the game, it ruins the weekend. If you win the game, then you can watch the rest of the football weekend without actually worrying.
Relaxed.
Yeah, super relaxed. Yeah, but big up Brucey.
You know what's worse than that, man? The Friday ones are even worse. If you lose the Friday one.
Oh yeah, losing on Friday is dark. Losing on Friday is super dark. It's actually super dark. But big up Andy Kelly. Big up Waffle Don. Should be the Lost Boys. Hello. That's funny. I big up Igbo, my brother. Big up to you, Hawks. Nuno. Don't worry, Greg. That is one of the talking points that we will cover today. There is a poll in the chat. Just to go over it quickly. The poll. The poll in the chat is whose job is more at risk this season. Make sure you're getting your votes in, people. And if you can hit the vote, you can hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, just before we get into everything, just on that specific question, from my perspective, this is how I see it. Arteta's got the whole pressure on his back of finally needing to deliver something. And Nuno has the kind of like, yeah, it's not looking so good behind the scenes. People are not happy. Been a lot of combat between him and Edu, all of that stuff. Heads up is very crazy. It's crazy. My bad, Mark. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Big up One NFC. Hawks, Wolfie, and chat. Howdy, y'all. Big up all the Nottingham Forest fans that are actually coming through. I'm happy to see some.
By the way, they love you, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, seriously, man. And they really like this show. Like they're talking about it on Discord the other week, man. Like, that Hooks guy is all right, man. He's ugly, but he's all right. You know what I'm saying? I said that, but
I don't know about the ugly. You know what I mean? I feel. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, this is why I'm starting to get the sponsors now because they're seeing the just not the brain. He's got the pretty face.
It's the beard, man. It's the beard.
The beard does wonders. If the beard comes off, I promise you, I look like a mixed race ape. So yeah, the beard will never leave. You know what I'm saying? Big up Ammo, my brother. Big up Matt D. 12:30, then down the pub to resort out the system. Hey, you got it right. Or maybe just be at the pub watching the game, and then potentially drown your sorrows afterwards. Or
probably.
Yeah. Or do you know what? What I wouldn't completely rule out is a draw. I personally wouldn't completely rule out a draw because
is that Highbury and not Highbury? Old school.
Whoa! I wish it was a Highbury. How about that?
It's old school, man. Is that the Emirates?
It was a Highbury. Run up the likes, you get me. You know what I'm saying? Like button smashed, big up. Nuno and Arteta boxing fight. You got misfits. Maybe we can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I liked this show under Hawks. When I say smaller team, I mean that with the utmost respect to not. And I know you got the 2 stars, and I got no stars. But I tell you what, I just think that nobody in football wants to see Arsenal get a star because I'll be real, a lot of my fan base is already unbearable. If we had a star, yeah, you guys are going to hate us into infinity. But look, let's start with Nottingham Forest, yeah? So I think we can say you had a bit of a defensive collapse. Yeah, and I won't lie. I won't lie, that was the most shocking result of game week 3. Like I don't know what went wrong. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna say something that you're gonna resonate with, and I know you're gonna love hearing me say it. Yeah. Morgan Gibbs White had a horrible game. Horrible game. Like, I'm pretty sure the amount of times he gave away the ball probably is what played a part in leading to you guys actually losing the game. And like me over the last season, I think you guys proved this, is that the part that you can usually rely on yourselves is your defense.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're at home against, let's be real, early relegation candidates and you're losing 3-0 is
Dark.
I don't know, it's like me walking down the street and finding the pot of gold that you normally find at the end of the rainbow. Like that's how that's how crazy it is. And I personally think that I say this loosely, but for me, there would be a positive. I actually think Anderson had a very good game. Wow,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. To me, Anderson, he's looking like, I'm starting to think I may actually want him starting in the England midfield, like at the World Cup. Like to me, that's how good he's looking. But obviously, everyone will have their different opinions. I don't know how much the behind the scenes stuff is affected what happened on the pitch. The only thing that I will say, just to end, and then obviously you can give me your opinion on what went wrong. Maybe you've got a connection, or maybe one of the Nottingham Forest fans in the chat has a connection, but somebody needs to tell Chris Wood that he has to apologize to me, because I made him my captain on FPL, and the week that I make him my captain, he decides he doesn't want to score any goals. Yeah. So, yeah, that
you got him in your team, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, Chris Wood he's a bagsman. So I'm thinking, because I was
looking at the team. He stopped scoring. Did you have him?
Oh, maybe I cursed
in week 1.
No, I didn't have him. I didn't have him game week 2 either. So okay. Sorry, I'm not. But sorry, Nottingham Forest fans. Maybe
you got the YouTube open the sound.
No, I've got. What can you hear? Can you hear feedback? I can't hear anything.
Chat, are you hearing any echo?
Yeah, chat. Let us know if you're hearing any echo.
It's gone.
So yeah, maybe it was my bad. Gyökeres is in the team. He's not the captain, but he's definitely in the team. So sorry, my bad, Nottingham Forest fans. Maybe I cursed Chris Wood, but because we can't confirm if it's me that cursed Chris Wood or Chris Wood that cursed me,
Matt, is that legit? I didn't know that number.
Wait, what number?
Gibbs White lost the ball 23 times. Yo, I saw a stat yesterday that Gibbs White has lost the ball the most in the Premier League so far. It's that big up Brucey, man. I agree with some of the stuff you said, and maybe not so much on the other stuff. I blame one person for that result, and that's Nuno.
Okay.
Plain and simple. I just think the first half was shambolic from both teams. The quality and level of passing was horrific from both teams, bro. We'd have the ball and then we'd lump it long forward, or we'd go for a pass, it'd be misplaced, it'd go to a West Ham player. That West Ham player picks the ball up, he ends up passing it out of play or to a Forest player. It was diabolical. And then we ended up kind of starting to control possession, but we can't break a low block team down. This is Arteta settings, bro. We can't break a low block down. And in the end, it just ended up inevitable. But
just quickly on that point, yeah. And obviously you can finish your point and then maybe you'll have some opinions on it. A lot of people say that Arteta can't break down low blocks. Yeah. Now, with Moran. All right, cool. We'll wait. While Wolfie's going to get the door, people, there's 54 of you inside. If you haven't liked the video, I don't know why. I can't even use the Sol Campbell meme today, because like I'm like mixed and Wolfie's mixed. You get me, you know what I mean? So I can't use the Sol Campbell thing today. But if you haven't liked the video, make sure you're liking it now. So cool. They say Arteta can't break down low blocks, yeah. Now, is it that Arteta can't break down low blocks, or is it that teams that play possession-based football can't break down low blocks? Because you're seeing Man City struggle with it. You're seeing Chelsea struggle with it. You're now playing possession-based football. You're struggling to break down low blocks. Is it just a consequence of trying to play a more possession-based style of football?
I think it's about the aggression, bro. I think there's too much sideways, backwards passing. When I see it with Arteta, definitely with Nuno. And this is meant to be Nuno changing his philosophy to a more possession-based team. And I just can't see it. I think it's about how organized you are. If you can, I don't know how to describe it. It was like, if I look at the West Ham thing, right? It was just 2 banks of 4. Forest would pass it sideways, backwards, recycle it to the left, and then take forever to cross it in. There's times where I was watching it where it was coming to like Hudson-Odoi, for example. He'd get the ball, he wouldn't cross it straight in. He would pass it back, and then you see the attacking line move back to keep themselves onside because the cross didn't come in too quick. The pace of it was just too pedestrian, and there's no press on top of it. Is it hard to break? I think I don't like the direction in which football's going in, if I'm being honest with you. Because at the moment, it feels like managers go into a game and they look at the team sheet. Let's say it's Forest versus West Ham. Potter looks at it and thinks, Forest are a better team than us. I must now go low block, right? Yeah. If it's, let's just say Arsenal are playing, think of a team, Bournemouth or something. Yeah. Just doesn't, I'm not saying they would, but it just feels like this. Bournemouth manager looks at the team, Arsenal are better than us. Let's defend, try and get a 0-0. And you just end up in this cycle in football right now where one team has possession, the other team is defending deep. You end up, the only way a game becomes good is if the attacking team scores early and forces that defensive team to have to come out to try and get a result. Even at that stage, you've still got teams that are thinking, all right, we're at Emirates, 1-0 defeat is fine. 1-0 defeat is fine. And they'll continue in a low block. It is getting boring, man.
Yeah.
The only game I have enjoyed watching in the last couple of years that isn't a Forest game, to be honest, there's not many enjoyable ones than that in terms of as a spectacle, was Liverpool against Newcastle the other day.
Yeah.
High octane, high energy, strong tackles. It's just like a throwback to old football, bro. It's just getting very, very predictable that we are the better team, we are the worst team. The worst team must defend deep. The other team must just pass the ball around and hopefully a cross goes in and someone heads it. Yeah, exactly this. It's getting monotonous, man. So, and I think this needs to change. Now, how does it change? I don't know. I don't know how it changes, because if you're a team that's not expected to be winning those matches, coming out with a draw is a good point. You know what I'm saying? If you get that 0-0 that they're dying for, it's good. But even looking like at your game at the weekend, it's exactly what we spoke about last week. Like, you have the squad, you have the players, but Arteta will not go there to win at the fear of loss. He will happily take a 0-0 before the game if it was offered to him. And Liverpool weren't even that good, man. And this is where it gets worrying, is if you got a team like Arsenal who are meant to be contending for the title and they're not showing that chest against the clear favourites right now after the Isak signing, etc. Then what are we doing with football, man? It's killing the game. It's killing the game. I reckon if I was looking at it from an Arsenal paradigm, if I'd gone as an Arsenal fan to see that performance, but I saw the Arsenal team go out and be aggressive, try to win the game, but lose, I'd walk away from that game thinking, you know what? I've seen what Arteta's trying to do. I see he's trying to show chest. At the end of the day, what happened there was that you ended up losing the game by not trying to win the game anyway, and you ended up in the same position. So why didn't he go? I reckon if you'd put the screw to them, if you hadn't gone 3 CDMs in the middle, you put a Wanyeri in there or an Eze in there, why the fuck wasn't Eze starting, bro? He's had a preseason, he's played games and everything like that. It's infuriating to watch, even as a neutral that game. I was backing your boys to win it, just to see that he's not changed. He's not changed. And I'm seeing the same with Nuno. Nuno can't change his philosophy. It's either going to be, if Forest are going to win under Nuno, we're going to have to do a defensive counter-attack. He hasn't got Elanga, so I don't know how he's going to set that up. I'm getting frustrated with football. That's why I'm Nuno out, because I need someone to come in and just show me football again, bro. Because
you're right. So at this present moment in time, you're confidently Nuno. Well, I hear that, but just to ask, like, obviously before we move on, just to ask, like, is it that what happened against West Ham? Is it all on Nuno, or like what part? Because this is something I always think about. Like, what part of it is like your 11 players on a pitch? Like,
the players have responsibility, but the manager has a bigger responsibility. See that Gibbs White is having an absolute stinker, and at the very, very latest, hook him at halftime. He played the whole match, bro. He absolutely stunk the house out. And what does he do? He leaves Gibbs White on. He takes off Dan and Doy, brings on McAtee, who's better as a cam. Instead of hooking Gibbs White and putting McAtee as the 10, if he doesn't want to change the shape, he takes off Ndoye, puts McAtee on the wing. Now, McAtee can play on the wing, don't get me wrong. But I think he's brilliant. I think McAtee's going to be one of the finds of the season if he gets a chance to play in his position. The problem is, with this Gibbs White contract, with this Gibbs White thing that happened with Spurs, Gibbs White is untouchable. It's untouchable. One NFC is right. We played Fulham 2 years ago at the City Ground. I think we went 3-0 up inside like 30 minutes or whatever it was. On the 28th minute mark, Marco Silva made 3 substitutions. I have never respected an opposition manager more than that man right there, because he swallowed his pride and he was like, I have fucked this up royally. I am not even waiting till halftime. I'm hooking these guys. They're stinking it out. That's what you want to see from a manager. I have no problem if Nuno selects a team and realizes, you know what, it's not working. I need to change it. Bro, he waited until the 89th minute when we were 2-0 down, bring on Callum Mwendo, and to bring on, I can't remember who, I think it was Hutchinson or something.
Yeah, I think it was
Hutchinson. Infuriating to see pathetic decisions. And this isn't a one-off. This is constantly. He's reactive, not proactive. And I need a manager who has the foresight to feel. Football, for me, is about feel. You can feel when the momentum is shifting or against you. Yeah. I remember saying I was doing a watch along for it. I remember at the 75th minute, I was like, this isn't going our way. They're going to get a late one. Nuno has to do something. You can just feel it in football. And that's the moments you want your manager to react and not sit back there hiding with his arms crossed, clueless as what to do. Now, my Nuno outness isn't like when I was Cooper out. Cooper was going to relegate us. If Nuno stays, Forest are going to be fine. Yeah. But Nuno has 100%, in my opinion, got a limit to what he can do with this team. He's taken us from 17th to 7th back into Europe. I respect him and love him for it. But my club is bigger than the manager. And he has made all of this about him now, with his bullshit press interviews coming out, pulling out Marinakis, having his beef with Edu and everything. Bro, you've been given a squad that's been enhanced by over £200 million. Like, show me another team outside of the usual spenders, the big 6, that spent 200 million odd in this window and brought in quality. And then you're going to sit there crying about the squad. Do your job or get out. It's as simple as that for me.
And you know what? Yeah, this is actually a point that can like segue really good into the Arsenal game. Yeah, is Nuno is kind of in a similar place with Arteta where they don't have any excuse because we both have a lot of squad depth. Like, we actually have options within the squad, be it as it may. I know Arsenal have some injuries, but not so much that you don't actually have players available to you on the bench to make a change. And look, when it comes to the Arsenal game, like, everyone that saw my live match reaction with Dean and everything that I've said after it is that I don't place any blame on the players bar Martinelli.
I agree.
Martinelli's the only one that's like, I really don't. But then even then, I can't blame Martinelli, because if you're Martinelli, you're gonna want to play. You're a footballer. You want to play. Yeah. Like, and if the manager's saying you're gonna play, then you're gonna play, right? So even to a degree, it's like, Martinelli's playing awful, and he's been playing awful for a while. But Martinelli didn't pick himself. Arteta decided to play Martinelli, so I can't even really get onto him for that. But it's again, like, my issue was that first half, Liverpool were so frustrated. We actually, in my opinion, we won the first half. Arteta actually set out a game plan. The players executed the game plan perfectly, and you probably went into half time thinking, I'm exactly in the position that I want to be in at Anfield. It's 0-0 at half time. Liverpool only had 2 touches in our box in 45 minutes and only had 2 shots at Anfield and only had 2 shots. Both of those shots were from outside the box. One from Gravenberch and one from, I think it was Ekitike. No, Gakpo. Cody Gakpo. So those were the only 2 shots they had, both from outside the box, both of them not threatening. You had Mo Salah, who was a ghost. He might as well have not been playing. Like, the only Verts, nobody knew where he was. He had 0 impact in the game. Ekitike locked out of the game by Mosquera.
He was good when he came on.
He was very good. And then the only person that I feel looked lively, looked like a bit of a danger to us, but then even then in that first half, we didn't really face any danger, was Cody Gakpo. McAllister had an awful first half. Gravenberch just did Gravenberch things. Do you know what I mean? He just did Gravenberch things, and he's just a good player. Sometimes when you're a good player, you just play well in games. To me, it looked like, from both teams' perspectives, all of anything that was good in that first half came from the back fives. And
defense were on top.
Now, my biggest big up One and FC. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a good day at work. So my biggest gripe, is not even necessarily that he started with Land of the Giants in the midfield. I can understand why he did that. I can understand why he went with a midfield of Declan Rice, Zubimendi, and Marino, because he just watched Liverpool go to St. James's Park and their midfield get absolutely battered by pretty much a similar midfield in stat. Like, he was clearly trying to use Marino the same way that Eddie Howe used Joe Linton. So I can understand that. It makes sense. Pack out the midfield, win that battle. I think we won that battle. I hear it. Yeah. To me, there's no excuse for Martinelli playing. There's no excuse under the sun why you start Martinelli over Eze.
He's been done about 1.5 years now, bro.
Yeah, and a lot of Arsenal fans that I've spoken to since have said Salah probably doesn't get as locked up as he was if Martinelli's not playing, because obviously Martinelli does all of that stuff going backwards. But my point is, how many defensive-minded players do you need on a pitch at any given time?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? This doesn't make sense to me. Like, why am I going to Anfield and 8 of the 11 are defensive-minded players? At that point, it doesn't feel like I'm trying to win.
He wasn't.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm trying to win the game, personally. So now, cool. You're Mikel Arteta, and you've watched this whole first half. And truth be told, you're probably very happy with how things are going. The momentum, the pendulum is definitely swinging in your favor. Now, I have no coaching badges. All I do is watch football. I can see that Martinelli
stinking
up the place. So cool. Why not at half time just take him off? Why not take him off for Eze at half time? Because you have to appreciate that it's much better to make a change to someone who's not playing well when the pendulum's in your favor, because then the player comes on, the flow of the game is with his team's favor. He can grow into the game. He gets a good amount of minutes, and then when Eze actually did come on, he looked infinitely better than Martinelli immediately. Like, literally in his first 2 actions, he was leaps and bounds ahead of Martinelli. To me, it wasn't even close. So my gripe is not the players that were on the pitch, because I think whatever game plan they was given, they executed it perfectly. perfectly. My gripe isn't with the performance, because let's be real, outside of the wonder free kick, Liverpool were never scoring. Nobody in that game was scoring. Let's be real. That game could have gone on for another 45 minutes. Nobody scored.
Yeah.
My gripe, and it's a gripe that I've had for, I would say, definitely the whole of last season and a bit of the season before, is your in-game management. Is when you decide to make changes in a game, like not being able to analyze the flow of the game and realize
feel
like why can't you do that? And now you don't even have the excuse of I don't trust the players on my bench, because a lot of the players on the bench are actually better than the players that you had starting. So it's like, like I don't want to draw any grand conclusions from this, because it is game week 3, and I'll be real, I'm not happy that I lost, but I'm a lot happier losing to Liverpool at Anfield in game week 3 than I would be in game week 30. So I take a silver lining from it. But I guess my question to you, and obviously feel free you can share any thoughts that you had on the game in general, is does this loss to Liverpool, does it actually matter for the title race? Because my opinion is the title race don't really start until April. But is there anything that, like, is there anything at this early stage that an Arsenal fan or even a neutral could look at and be like, oh, do you know what, that title race it's already looking a bit shaky?
I mean, look, I said when we did this last week, win or lose, it doesn't decide the title. My biggest concern is that Arteta has decided the title. That's my worry with it. But I was hoping to see, now that you've put your squad together, I was hoping to see that Arteta would go there and show some chest. Now, I get what you're saying about executing the defensive plan to a T and what have you, and you go in at halftime solid. But if you listen to all the pros that have played at Anfield, even if you listen to the Man U players that have played there, they say 20 minutes. Shut the crowd up, 20 minutes. Doesn't need to be a whole half. No, sorry, bro. One more delivery.
Oh, perfect. So while, Mr. Famous Forest Fan TV is collecting all these deliveries because he's got nearly 30k subs, let's be liking his video so I can get close to 30k subs and get 2 deliveries on a stream. That would be great. That would actually be perfect. That I can't think of anything more perfect than you guys liking the video and getting me as many likes as possible so I get more subscribers so I can actually get 2 deliveries in one stream. But I can't do that yet. I'm not even at 10k. So hopefully we get there soon, and then I'll be able to do what Wolfie does within streams and get multiple deliveries come to his house.
Yo, this is related as well, bro.
There we go. There we go.
Look at. Yo, you're gonna love this one. Okay, I'll come back to I gotta show everyone this.
Oh, the Forest Fan TV merch. The Forest Fan TV.
Yo, merch. I love that. I love that shirt. We always wear Marinakis, Gibbs white. Yeah. Now, sorry. So I'd say, so the pros, they always say 20 minutes. 20 minutes at Anfield. Shut the crowd up. Then get yourselves into the game. I just, it's so frustrating. I know. Moreno, I thought played quite well. Okay, but would Eze have played any worse there? Would Wanyeri have done any worse? You would have had more attacking options. You didn't need to go that defensive, bro. You didn't need to go that defensive. You could, I think, Zubimendi and Rice are strong enough to lock that midfield up. And then have the third one who will still work hard, who will track back, who will do Wanyeri and Eze. I think either of them would have been fine in that middle. Even if you are starting Martinelli on the left-hand side. I think the thing I learned from the game this weekend is that Arteta's mentality will never change. Ever. Yeah. Ever. He will always be... he will never be prepared to lose at the trophy of winning. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if it means if he feels he's going to lose a game or he feels the opposition is strong, he will try and get a draw out of it. Rather than say, I'll take an L, but fuck me, am I going to go for that W? And I just think I think if he did that, it would get you over the line. Because what cost you last season wasn't the L's. It was the D's, man. You were in double figures for D's.
14, I think we finished.
Oh, that's ridiculous in a title race, man.
Yeah.
Turn 4 or 5 of those into W's and you're adding, nearly double figuring points. So just why is it allowed to continue? That and it's frustrating just as a neutral, I say, but as someone who would like to see Arsenal win the league because of my son. But like, how is he still being allowed to continue with this? He should have been gone for me 2 years ago. Definitely the summer just gone.
I think it is. And obviously people are gonna say this is copium and all of that, but I genuinely believe that this is Arteta's last season. Like if he doesn't win anything, I genuinely believe it's his last season. And look, I don't know how reliable this source is, but I saw a tweet and someone tweeted that apparently Josh Kroenke has had a meeting with Arteta this season, and he made his expectations clear. So for this season, what he expects this season. So maybe within that conversation, because I don't look, it came out after we lost to Liverpool, so maybe it's someone trying to rile up a bit of like online banter or whatever. But if you just think about it from like a business perspective, a meeting like that is going to happen at the beginning of the season, every season. Just like how at the beginning of every financial year, like you'll have a meeting, with the board and okay, this is the goals, what we need to hit, and this is how much we need to generate, and so on and so forth. And like your recruitment department will have meetings and be like, okay, with the head of talent or whatever, okay, this is kind of the numbers we need to hit in terms of bringing people in and all of that stuff. So I think it's very believable. And anyone that doesn't believe that Josh Kroenke has had a meeting with Arteta to make the expectations of the higher ups clear to him, at that point, you don't understand how business works. So I don't doubt that a conversation like that has happened, but maybe the timing of people saying it is what would make people believe that it didn't happen. But conversations like that definitely happen in businesses. And
the question is, Hooks, what were the expectations? Because I'm a firm believer that I would say outside of Man City in that top 6 bracket of owners, they're happy with top 4. They don't care about title. I'm not singling out the Kroenkes. I'm saying the other. You got your Levies in there, you got your Glazers in there, you got your FSGs in there. All of them, as long as you're making Champions League football, they're happy. And that's that's where fingers need to start be pointed at your ownership.
You're right. We don't actually. So I'm not saying that I know what those expectations were.
Yeah,
I can only assume that you've brought in Berta. This is my assumption. I'm not saying this is a fact. This is my assumption. You bring in Berta, and you give Berta the kind of, I guess, financial backing to help Arteta solve the gaps in the squad that they both believe exist that will help Arsenal go on to win things, because that's what you want to do as a big club, right? Like, you don't spend money, you don't invest in the team to not have the ambition or the goal of winning things.
But did they invest in the team, or is that money that's been recycled through the club? Or just I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Have they put their hands in their wallet and said,
I don't know
the money? Because I don't know. I don't believe so.
No one will ever.
Arsenal generates so much money, bro. I know how much I have to spend with my boy on Arsenal stuff. It's expensive. It's expensive, and I'm still not convinced that they do that. And by the way, they're buying these players knowing that as soon as a Gyökeres puts on, what is he, number 14 on the back of his shirt? Half that money's coming back in a day through the club shop with the numbers being printed on the back.
I think the first the day that he signed, I think, well, not the day that he signed, but when his like when you could actually get him printed on the back, I think it was like anyone that ordered it in the first day got it for free.
For free?
Yeah. You could get his name and number on the back for free if you bought the Arsenal.
15 quid.
So it was a good.
I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. Right. I'm saying it's sustainable. But what I don't agree with, and this is why I love my owner, because he doesn't care about that. He has promised us that we're going to get back to where we were, and I actually believe him. And I think the Man City owners are like that, because money is no object to them. Let's be real.
Yeah, no object.
For them, this is a hobby to see how many.
Wait, money is no object to my owners. I actually have one of the wealthiest owners in world football.
I know, but where's their focus? Their focus is on the other side of their pond. In the American
know, like, and again, that's what I'm saying. When I'm saying that, I don't know about the reliability of the source, but I'm looking online and I'm seeing people tweet that Josh Kroenke has had meetings with Arteta to kind of define what the expectations are for the season. I understand that those things happen from a business perspective, because I've been in businesses where I've had those type of meetings. So I don't think it's so far from the realms of reality that a manager and an owner will have these meetings before a season starts. I feel like everyone has that. Meetings, I just don't know what the expectation is.
Yeah, but let's ask the real question. I think the real question is this: if Arteta gets top 4 this year, or top 5, whatever it is these days, and wins the Carabao or the FA Cup, is he still, in your opinion?
Yeah, it will probably be enough for the honours.
Yeah, exactly. And that for me says
it'll be enough for a lot of the fans as well. And that's why he will probably keep his job. That's why he will probably keep, because it is enough for a lot of the fans. I'll be real. Like, from at least what I see, that's enough for a lot of the fans. Even fans that are on like the super like Mikel Arteta outside, that's enough for them just to win a trophy, because we haven't won a trophy in so long.
He's starving.
Yeah, and the mindset is win trophies. That's what a lot of the Arsenal fan base that are on the side of Arteta needs to go, and usually speak from, I guess, a negative perspective. For them, it's simple: just win me trophies. Like every season, just win me trophies. That's all they care about. Just win me trophies.
Do you feel he's used that lifeline? Because what I'm saying is, over the last 5 years, if he'd picked up an FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, you guys got heritage in that FA Cup. I know he won it in his first half season. Some people are crediting to him, some people aren't. But if he'd picked those up, you could look at it this season and think, okay, he's got some credit in the bank. We're seeing armpits at the end of the season and what have you. I feel, for me personally, if I was looking at it through Arsenal kind of paradigm, he's now lost that ability to be allowed a minor. He needs a major, be it Premier League or Champions League. Because if I'm Arteta, I'm looking at the Champions League in particular. I'm looking at a club that has never won it in their history. Where's my motivation is, I will go down in history, in the history books of this club, if I stick that first star on their badge. Like, where's his hunger and desire to push on for something like that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he should be so motivated. He's been given all the tools. There is nothing wrong with your squad. Even if you lot are complaining about the left side of your attack, it doesn't matter, bro. I've seen teams win leagues and win Champions League with 3 holes in their team.
We have the strongest squad in the league. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I don't even care that Liverpool signed Isak. Like, the only way for me that, and I've said this and I'll say it again, the only way that this season Liverpool's squad would have been stronger than ours on the business that we've done this season is if they went and got Isak and Guehi, but they didn't. I still think that they're one. I don't think people understand. They are one Van Dijk injury away from everything going south, because if he goes away, it's like, I don't care what anyone says, Leone and Konate it's like the distance from Earth to the moon to Konate and VVD. Like is so far away. So
yeah, I hear that, bro.
They still have like, so for me, and this is why this season I'm like, I'm gonna be very strict with Arsenal fans that I speak with, both online and offline, because we have no excuse. There is no gaps in our squad. I've seen Arsenal win things with worse squads. You know what I mean?
Man, exactly.
So I'm not, for at least for me, and hey, people may not like it, but for me, there's no excuse for us to not win an internet major. I say internet major because guys on the internet, for some reason, don't think the FA Cup is a major, but it just proves that maybe they was born in the 2000s. I don't know. But like, they're one of the internet majors. There's no excuse. Obviously, the Champions League is harder because you can never predict your route.
Yeah,
to the final.
I think the majors of the league and the Champions League for me, bro. But
so you're an internet guy as well.
Call me internet, yeah. But yeah, I've gotten both. I'm good, man. But look, I hear what you're saying about the squad thing, but I can spin that back to you. You are one Gyökeres injury away from a disaster as well. You ain't got no backup.
No, we're not.
Who's your backup striker?
Wait, don't worry. Do you know what? I'll explain that. But before I explain that, big up the normal one with a chat. Bad man. Martinelli lost his pace, so his ball IQ being exposed. I have not heard a greater fact than that. And I guess before I do answer the question that you asked me, yeah, what's your thoughts on this? Big up Josh Blick. If Forest won the FA Cup or Carabao Cup, would you be happy with that, with the squad we have built?
FA Cup, yes. Carabao Cup, no.
Okay, fair.
Because Carabao Cup gets you into conference, doesn't it? If I remember rightly.
Fairs, I hear it. Now, just quickly, Harley, free riders, you never ride alone. Notice that you don't have the badge anymore, but we'll sort that out one day in the future. Come on, Hooks, the FA Cup isn't a major. The FA Cup is actually factually a major. Like, it's actually factually a major. Like, it's not even my opinion. It's actually factually considered a major. It's only people online that don't consider it a major. And for me, that must mean that all of you lot grew up only in the era of watching football on your computer. You never sat around the living room with your family, tuned in to channel 1 to 5 watching the FA Cup. You don't know about like what the vibe that the FA Cup brings around England, especially.
But
like,
it's not how it used to be, bro. Like, you're right. When we were kids, when we were kids,
it's actually.
Do you remember Grandstand back in the day? It started at 12 o'clock, and you would watch the build up for the FA Cup. Your team's in it or not. You got that 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. build up, and what have you. It's not what it is, and there's only one person you can blame for that, and that's Fergie when he started disrespecting it, and then other teams started disrespecting it. And well, all right, let me ask you this: is the Europa a major?
Like, is
the Europa a major? The Europa League a major?
It's not about whether I think it's a major. It's actually factually a major.
Yeah, all right, forget factually or not. It's still about opinions, isn't it? Do you think the Europa League's a major?
But well, yeah. It's a major European trophy. It's not as.
Yeah, but is it a major, man? Are you going to be flexing?
Yeah, but it's not as prestigious as the Champions League. Just as
exactly. So you can't.
The FA Cup is. But the FA Cup is. Wait, but the FA Cup, yeah, because a lot of people say, the FA Cup can't be a major because if you win it, you go into the Europa. Yeah, of course, because for you, there is no domestic trophy across any footballing league that you win it and you go into the Champions League. It's just not. There's not one.
Yeah? Okay, and let me ask you.
You gain access to the Champions League via placement in your league. That's how you gain access to the Champions League. So you can't then go, okay.
No, not when we won it. Not when we won it. You had to be the champions.
But that's it. But we're talking like 50 years ago. Now it's changed now. So what people are saying is because you don't win the FA Cup and then go to the Champions League, it's not a major. But it doesn't make sense because
No,
the FA
that's
Cup,
not why I'm saying
FA
it.
Cup
I'll
has
tell you. I'll tell you
never-
why I'm saying it.
No, but no, but wait, just because there's a lot of people that say this online, that the FA Cup has always been a major, and the FA Cup has never gained you access to the Champions League, ever.
Okay.
Ever. So why is it no longer a major?
Here's my thing on it. Let's say I win the FA Cup. All right, let's say I win the FA Cup this year and you win the league. I put my FA Cup on the table, you put your league on the table. Who's got the bigger flex?
See, but this is the thing. You care about flexing. I don't care about flexing. I care about my club winning trophies.
Okay, so do you see the Carabao as a major?
The Carabao is actually factually a major. Now, if you want to, if you want to get into the
actually and stuff,
if you want to get into the conversation of which one would I prefer to win, obviously, I'm always going to prefer to win the Premier League. Like, if I'm in the Europa and I'm in the FA Cup, I'm gonna want to win the Europa over the FA Cup, but that's because I'm an Arsenal fan and I haven't won the Europa League or the Champions League. Like, obviously, if you ask me about priorities of what I want to win, my priorities are going to be different. But that's a different conversation to what is and isn't a major. And,
and on top of that, you're starving right now. That's the thing, bro. Like, here it is. This is for me, and this is my subjective opinion. The biggest trophy that an English team can win is the Champions League. For me, that's number one. Okay, followed very closely by the Premier League. Then I think there is a gap.
All right, let me ask you just quickly. So what would you say to someone that would rather win the Premier League over the Champions League?
I would say they've been starved of the Premier League, and I hear it.
See, this is the thing, yeah. Like, and for me, this is one of the biggest problems with because I'll be real. Whenever I go outside into the real world and I speak to real people about Arsenal, whether I'm at a pub or I've gone to a game or I've gone to see friends or I've gone to a social event, they don't talk about trophies the same way as men who spend their life sitting online typing in chats, bro.
Yeah.
Or typing on Twitter. They don't, because I don't know, maybe they haven't lived football. I don't know what it is. But for example, if I win the Carabao Cup, yeah, brother, I'm in N5 lean up. I'm so lean. I'm celebrating because my club's just won a trophy.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you want to see your club win trophies. You want to celebrate with your team. You want to celebrate with your manager. You want to celebrate with your club. You want to celebrate with all of your fellow fans. You don't want to.
But there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is you winning the Carabao Cup versus Newcastle winning it last year. With all due respect, I like Newcastle. Who would be celebrating it more?
I don't think anyone.
Or who should be celebrating it more?
I don't even think it's a Wolfie. It's not even a conversation of who would or should be celebrating it more.
It is.
Wolfie, I've won a trophy.
You've won a trophy, bro.
I've competed in a competition and I've left that competition with a trophy.
Yeah, but what you're doing here, right? Let's say Federer, one of the greatest tennis players of all time. He's gonna win Queens. Do you follow tennis?
Loosely.
Okay, so just before Wimbledon happens, Wimbledon, huge major. There's a warm-up tournament called Queens. They have a trophy for that. He wins that and he wins Wimbledon. He ain't celebrating the way he's won Queens like he's going to celebrate the way he's won Wimbledon. Okay, it's still a trophy though. You celebrate it. But what I'm saying is, for Arteta, bringing it back to the whole Arteta point, the whole point here is that if Arteta wins himself a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, the only way he could survive off that is if he does the cup double. For me, if he wins a singular one, he should not be surviving and gets top 4. This is what I'm saying. The Champions League and the Premier League are levels above an FA Cup. Have you seen in the last? All right, let me ask you this. Hooks. In the last 20 years,
I'm not denying that. That's not what I'm denying. I'm not denying that. I'm saying that the conversation about trophies being a major and the conversations of which trophies hold more weight and priority of what I want to win are two completely separate conversations. Like it's like, okay, how about this year? Nottingham Forest. If Nottingham Forest get to the final of the Carabao Cup and the final of the FA Cup, you want Forest to win both of those trophies.
Yeah.
But if you could only choose one of them, you would choose the FA Cup because the FA Cup is more prestigious than the Carabao Cup. Yeah, the FA Cup is the reward, but the reward is whatever in it. Me personally, I don't care about reward in it. I care about winning things. I really care about it. The reward, it benefits the club. The reward doesn't benefit me in it. So cool. But in the scenario where, let's just say, for example, you don't win the FA Cup, but you win the Carabao Cup, bro, can we stop pretending you're going to be celebrating winning the Carabao Cup?
When have I said I wouldn't? When have I said I wouldn't?
Pretending that you wouldn't.
But Hooks, our journeys right now are in different stages. Forest lifting a Carabao Cup.
Aaron, yeah. If we win the Carabao Cup, yeah, don't let me see you. I don't want to see you anywhere in N5. I don't want to see you anywhere in N5 celebrating. Yeah. When I'm out there with the phone in my hand, with all the gooners, yeah, celebrating, I want to see an image of you somewhere online, you sitting in your yard being angry. Yeah, I don't want to see you anywhere.
You're missing the point in this whole conversation. I hear what Aaron's saying. He's saying, like, we're in different stages of our journey, right? Let's not forget Forest 4 years ago are in the Championship. Okay, so Forest winning the Carabao Cup after we haven't won it since 1990, I think was the last time we won it, right? I've got 4 of them. So, but because the gap is big to my last League Cup, it's worthy of a celebration. That's what I would say. Also, Forest are not expected to be winning the league or the Champions League this season. Arsenal, on the other hand, are expected after the money you spent. You're saying you got the best squad in the league and what have you. Your expectations are to win the Premier League. If you win the Premier League, but hold on. If you win the Premier League and the FA Cup, and I say to you, you're only allowed to go M5 to celebrate one of them, which one are you going for?
The FA Cup or what?
Or the Premier League? But I say, Hooks,
I can only go to
celebrate one of them. You're only allowed to go to one of the parades. Which one are you going to?
I just need to firstly caveat that this is a loaded question because I can actually go and celebrate both. But if I can only pick one, I'll pick the Premier League.
Well, technically, not necessarily, because the Premier League may finish before you've won the FA Cup and all that. But
I can actually go to both. So I would go.
It is. I know it's a loaded question.
And on top of everything else, Wolfie, yeah, we need to stop giving like Arsenal like this. It's like for me, it's a weird excuse. Arsenal is a big enough club to be competing and winning the Premier League while also winning the Carabao Cup.
Correct.
The FA Cup.
I have no problem with that.
I've seen my club do multiple doubles, bro. So I know that it's possible. So I don't know why we give this weird excuse of, I don't want to see Arsenal win the Carabao Cup because we should be focusing on the Champions League or the Premier League. What we have the squad to compete on all fronts.
Yep.
Why is the conversation always Arsenal shouldn't be winning the Carabao Cup because they should be focusing on the Premier League? Why can't we do both?
Exactly. But this is my point. Look, the overarching point I'm making, but listen, I'm not disrespecting the Carabao Cup. I'm not disrespecting.
Sounds like you are.
No, because you're missing my point. What I am saying is there is a gap between an FA Cup and a Premier League, and a gap between an FA Cup and a Champions League.
Yeah, of course.
There's a huge gap.
Yeah, but
there's a reason why only, I think it's 17 teams have won the Champions League or 23, whatever it is. There's a reason. Because it's that hard to win it.
Yeah, it's hard to win.
And there's a reason there's only a handful of teams that have won the Premier League, because it's that hard to win it. Let's go through the FA Cups and see how many teams have won the FA Cup. Let's go through the League Cup.
You'd be surprised.
I don't know, man. I know that. I've got it.
You'd actually be surprised.
I got the set, so I'm good. Like whoever wants to join me with the set.
I'm just saying you'd be surprised how many. Like you'd be actually surprised. There's not that many teams that won the FA Cup, but
I don't know what the stats are. I don't know what the stats are.
So okay. So let me ask you this question then. Do you think that Arsenal fans should be happy finishing top 4, sacrificing winning the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup? So, for example, let's just say Arsenal get to the FA Cup final, the Carabao Cup final, but they lose both, but they make top 4. Should Arsenal fans be happy?
Do I even need to respond to that one, bro?
Arsenal, should Arsenal fans be happy?
No.
Okay, so then this is what I'm saying. So, but this point, the question that I just asked you proves the point that we can create any hypothetical argument to back the point that we're making. But at the end of the day,
I hear that.
At the end of the day, Arsenal have to win trophies, and me personally, yeah, I don't care if it's a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, whatever it is. I don't care. I need to win something. Obviously, I would prefer to win the Premier League. Obviously, I would prefer to win the Champions League. Obviously, if I'm like, oh, I'm in the semi-finals of the Champions League, cool. We need to sacrifice everything to ensure that we get to the final. Of course, because the Champions League. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, nah, man. Nah, bun that I'll put out the youth for the final. I'm not going to do that because unlike a lot of other football fans online, I will be getting lean up out of my mind with all of the other Arsenal fans. Do you think when I'm there celebrating the Carabao Cup, do you think I care what Ninja Newcastle fan X21 says in the stream, bro? I don't care.
Oh, okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. But let me bring this down to one simple question. If Arsenal get top 4 and win the FA Cup, are you Arteta in or out?
Hey, but Wolfie, this is, you know me. I want Arteta gone if he doesn't win one of the... I said at the beginning,
I know you're Arteta out, right? Should Arteta be sacked if you win the FA Cup? Or will he be sacked? Let me take it away from your paradigm.
If he doesn't win one of the internet majors, he should be. Because that was my expectation from last season. Because my caveat is it's way too late for you to be winning the FA Cup and Carabao Cup using it as some sort of guise of building winning mentality. It's too late. It's too late.
Agreed.
But Arteta win me them. I will be lean up in N5. I will be so burst with all of the Arsenal hopefully there's hella Guna girls there as well. I will be living my best life. Yeah, I'll be living my best life. Yeah, this is where people have to have the separation. This is where the separation of the fan has to take place. Yeah, you can celebrate a trophy and still think that it's not good enough for a manager to retain his position at the club. Those are two very separate conversations.
And look at Spurs.
Yeah, two very separate conversations. So, yeah, I mean, I had a whole other set of things planned to talk about, but we kind of went on we went somewhere
derailed a bit, isn't it?
So now I'm gonna have to try and remember when we started talking about this. I have to look back and so I can do the timestamp properly. But for sake of time, Prom, he's done it again. He's done it again. Prom Ice gifted a membership again. Hey, big up Prom Ice for gifting a halftime Hawks YouTube membership. Yeah, big up. Love the support. Big up Prom. W's for Prom. Prom is one of the realest G's in the app. Boy, he's done it again.
Oh.
He's done it again. Wait, just to say, DJ N1, you need to be nice to me now, You have to be nice to me now. You know that because you know. I remember you have to be nice to me. You can't be slewing me no more in the chat. That's why I say that. Big up for gifting another halftime Hawks. Your show, mama membership. He's a bad man. Yeah. Low Hooks booking the tube. You get me? Yeah, man. I'm dead there. You get me? If we win, I'm dead there. Hooks the legend. You're done. And people, let's not just rely on Prone gifting membership. Some of you need to buy them yourself, you know. You got bank accounts as well, you know. It's not only Prone with the bank account in the village, yeah. Because if we need the village to grow, we need everybody to pull out the black card, not just Prone. You know what I'm saying? So big up Prone for showing the love. But people, how did I get here? Hey, how did I get it? How did I get it? Yeah, my dad was American, innit? Born and raised in America, innit? So that's
what do you mean was American, bro? Yeah, he stopped being American.
Yeah, I'm a huh?
What do you mean your dad was American? You can't stop being American.
Oh well, he died, innit? So
my bad, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's cool, but so I was.
I feel like he changed nationality, man. I thought he did Sterling or something. Not Sterling, Antonio.
Yeah, no. So obviously, like, so I was always entitled to it. It's just that I only really pursued it recently. So wake up
that green card then. Does that come with the green card?
I don't need a green card. I'm actually a citizen.
Full citizen.
Yeah, I'm actually a citizen. I'm a citizen. I'm actually a citizen of America. You know
when you going across?
I'm actually planning. So see, Match Bingo is helping because they're promoting, man. They're helping them get sponsored, man. You know what I'm saying? So people, make sure you're hitting that, downloading the app, hit the link here, because we need to show them, man, that Hooks can generate peace with them. And then I'll be able to go clear, yeah. But I'm actually planning to within maybe the next like 6 months to maybe a year to like move over there. Like I'm just basically what it is I'm trying to build up the YouTube channel to a point where I can go there and just be a YouTuber. Because I won't lie to anybody, I don't want to work over there because their holidays and all of it is crazy.
10 days, man.
Yeah,
10 days.
I'm not trying to do that.
But you get sick days and stuff. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So basically, because I'm not trying to end up in not trying to do the American jail thing. Not about it. I just need people to know I'm an upstanding citizen. Yeah, I follow the rules. Yeah, I'm not trying to end up in one of them dungeons. Yeah, car. You see me, virgin for life, trying to keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, big up everyone that's come through today. Yeah, just make sure on the way out you are liking the video because we want to get as close to 100 likes as possible. Just make sure you're subscribing to the channel. We are on our way to 10K. Obviously, go and subscribe over to Forest Fan TV as well. He is so close to 30K. Yeah, so let's help him get there. Raw, you're going the wrong way, but I hear it. Yeah, I'm gonna be live again at 3 o'clock. I'm gonna be talking more about the. I'm gonna break down some stuff on Arteta. So if you're interested in that, come through. And I'm just looking at who I can redirect to. Who gets the redirect today? Let's see who's live. Anybody live? Anybody live in the building? Anybody live?
Never a foul live. NFL Joe's live. Famzone's live.
Oh, Famzone TV's live. Wait,
I think so.
Cool. We redirect to Famzone TV then.
Yeah.
Because they'll probably end up redirecting to Never a Foul. So we just start the chain in it. So, hi, congrats, come to Boston. I can't lie. Yeah,
Steph, Boston's cold, man.
Yeah, I'm looking to go. Oh, sorry. And the way that we will close out the video is thank you, Wolfie, for taking Zinchenko away from me. Catch you later, people.